Good morning, everyone. Are you ready for some lower body sculpting work for your glutes and your fronts and backs of your legs to make them a little bit leaner and stronger? Well, come with me because I think I've got just the ticket. It's Paula from Positive Energy. Good morning. Okay, so when you're ready, I'm just going to go through a couple of little techniques and then we're going to ride right into a nice little program for your legs. Okay, just make sure you're standing nice and tall with your toes pointing forward and a nice gap in between your knees. Okay, that is rule number one that you'll always come back to. Abdominals nice and tight and shoulders back and down. And the key with your technique for your legs, as I turn to the side, is that we actually stick our bottoms back. Now I'm counterbalancing with my arms there. You don't have to, but put them exactly where you want them to go. We're going to start off with some squat work. Okay, anybody with issues around knees, this is so important because it strengthens your quad muscles which support your knees. So don't be afraid, don't be scared, just go with the level that you're comfortable, and it's all about the depth of the squat that you're going to take. So I'm going to put on about 128 beats per minute, which is just going to get you in the zone this morning. It's a bit disco and cardio. So this is going to fire you up. Any beat is just going to make those happy feelings come to the top this morning. Okay, I'm not going to put it on too loud. So remember your start position for me. Abs in nice and tight. Hear the beat? Let's go on single counts. We take it down and lift. Take it down and lift. These moves are your bread and butter. And no matter where you go, you're going to use your legs. So why not make them stronger? So this is what I call a close squat. Now making sure that those knees do track over your toes. Now if you struggle with the fact that your knees come in, okay, put a cushion or a small ball in between your knees, okay, and it just makes you track them down. What I'm going to do this morning is I'm just going to carry on. You need to stop and you need to rest. Absolutely fine. So I'm going to do 4 more. So from the side, remember it's that bottom out and back nice and flat. I'm going to do 1 more, and then I'm going to go slightly wider, and then going to come into my close squat. Now, as long as your wide position is wider than shoulder distance, now can you see there, I'm actually putting a squat in between every single move. Now, if you're a beginner, you might just want to go with a wide one and stand up tall and not put a close squat in there. Now the music's really slow and it's got time for you to get down and get back up. I'm going to do 4 more. Now don't forget to sit down into that wide squat. I'm going to do 1 more. Now if you need to march and shake them off in between, you go for it. Let's start again on the other side. So let's put the close one in and then step wide. Now look at that gap in between the knees and just think about the arms, anything that complements. Now on that wide squat, I'm sticking my bum out. Nobody can see you, everybody's looking at me, okay? So send out that bottom. What I don't want to see is you squatting and pushing your body forward. I want you to keep your heels to the floor, okay? Let's do 4 more. So when you come over, you take your whole body weight with you. So don't just step a foot out there. You've got to actually go with it as well. Now because we're working your big muscles of the legs and they're your powerhouses, let's come back with a march. Lovely, just march it through. Because they're your powerhouses, don't underestimate how strong they are. Okay, outer leg, lift. We lift. Lovely. So I'm just going to leave the squats alone for a moment, and we're going to now push across to the outer thigh. Now this is all about thinking about your posture as well. You've got a standing leg here that's actually doing quite a lot of work in one position. You can hold onto a wall or bring a dining room chair in if you think your balance is compromised. You don't have to lift your leg as high, but you do need to point your toe to me. Give me 4 more. Push, lift. Engage your core, because anything with one leg off the floor, your core is working. Other side, lift. Now I talked about, balance and imbalance yesterday on your obliques. Same with your leg. You might have one that's stronger than the other. You might walk around your chair and have your chair at the other side or a wall. Don't have to lift it high, but what I do not want to see is you turning and pointing your toe. Keep your toe to me. Give me 2 more. Lovely. March it through. Now let's take that squat a little bit wider. I'll come back to the squat. Now all I've done is taken it wider and turned my toes slightly out. My arms are coming in front. Now this is called a plie squat. So this is going to target your inner thighs and your outer thighs. Really good for mobility around the hips. Nothing has changed in regards to what I'm doing with my bottom here. So really get that in as your absolute technique. Heavy on squats and legs, bottom out. I'm not going fast and I'm not going that low, but what I am doing is I'm keeping my feet on the floor. Now what I don't want to see here, guys, is those feet in close and the knees go over the toes. I know that's an exaggeration, okay? But really have confidence, stand tall, chest up. Fabulous work, guys. 1 more. Okay, march it through. Place 1 foot slightly in front of you. Sit the weight back down through that back foot and just bring that leg across. Through the centre. This is all body weight stuff. Okay? Really good mobility. Stand up tall. Now all I'm doing with my arms is thinking what's going to help me with my balance. You lift across in front. Now you don't have to lift your foot too high. That will be alright as well, and you're still working that inner thigh across, almost like a footballing kick, where the football comes and sits on the inside of your foot, and you're just pushing away. Nice bit of mobility around the lower back as well. Woo. Don't be shy, you're in the comfort of your own home. Join me. Up. Let's do 1 more. We always balance ourselves up. We take it forward. Lift. It might take a couple of moves to get into the flow, but really support this standing leg. Don't sit out on there and do anything like that. Be confident, pulling your core. I mean, I'm no dancer. Okay, you've not seen me dance. It's not a pretty sight. That's why I don't do Zumba and anything complicated when it comes to movement. If there's any more than 4 things going on at once, you've lost me. Okay, I would rather give you a really effective workout that you can manage. Give me 2 more. Now let's go back to our close squats. Here we go. So take it down, down. I've slowed it down there. I've made it a little bit more challenging for you. Okay. So down for 2. So the distance is the same. I'm just asking you to get there a little bit slower. Push. When you come to the top, just really extend and squeeze your quads, which are the muscles at the front. Push. Down. Now if you want to make it even harder, pick up those beans or those weights. Don't pick up a small child or a dog. Give me 2 more, let's go. Down for 2, lift for 2. So we're going to complete the doubles on the wide squat. Take it down. Now the wide squat is different to your plie, remember. What happened with your toes on the plies? I turned them out. But now they're pointing to you. And as you come up, you're pushing your hips forward and you're going to squeeze your glutes. Now you know that your glutes are here. So you come up and you squeeze. And as you squeeze, you push your hips forward. You tuck your tailbone under and you work the lower abs. Push. Awesome. Really good, guys. Let's march it through, and again, you can stop and march anytime. This leg again, we're going to go with double lift, because these are ways of making exercises progressively more challenging. Okay? I'm not saying start with doubles, but you know, once you get a bit warmer after you've done your singles, doubles might be a little bit of a challenge. You've got to just give yourself a little bit of competitive edge. You're competing with nobody else but yourself. You know, 10 or 15 minutes of exercise every day lifts your mood. Really does. Let's go last time. Other side, easy change. We go out, out, down and down. Move that chair, move your body around. It doesn't matter if you put your back facing me, as long as you can hear. Now, because you're slowing things down, it's taking slightly a little bit longer, so the core's having to contract. This standing leg's going, what are you doing? I'm getting tired. Everyone's jumping in this morning. This is an exercise routine you can just bolt on. It's a bolt on. It's like your core on the floor yesterday. Give me 2 more. Lift, lift. Woo! Again. So back to plies. So turn the toes. Set yourself into position. Turn the hips. Let's go down, down, lift and squeeze. Woo! Now remember, you can switch me back to replay. And if you want to do them again, you can do them again. Just copy and follow my lead. Okay, make sure your technique is good. It's all about quality of work. Don't worry about how many reps that you've done. It's all about the quality of work. And are you doing it correctly? Are you sticking your bottom out? Are you slowing it down and concentrating on squeezing those areas, like the glutes, like the quads at the top? And really engage and brace the core. Give me 1 more. Let's go. Down, down. I just want to touch on some lunges this morning, okay? So when we lunge, it's all about balance. So if you have not got very good balance, you might want to split the legs and take one slightly back, across, onto your toe at the back, but you've got to make this really big, okay? Shoulders and hips in line. And by that I mean you're not leaning forward. Okay, back leg nice and straight and up onto your toes. Now a real basic lunge is making sure that that knee doesn't shoot forward. Now I'm going to show you what I don't want to see. Okay, don't want to see any rocking. Can you see my back knee isn't bending at all? But all I'm doing is moving forward from that front knee. You're loading that knee and I don't want that. I want this leg at the back to do the work. So all that happens is that when you bend that back leg, yes, your front knee goes forward, but it doesn't overload the knee, okay? This is quite challenging, and if I was to pick and choose whether a squat or a lunge is a little bit more harder work, I'd go lunge for 2 reasons. Balance, for one, okay? And actually, it's an exercise where getting yourself into the right position is key. Okay, so it might take a little bit of practice. Let's do 4 more. A bit more challenging. Give me 2 more. Lovely. All I'm going to do is bring that back leg in half a step. I'm going to sit my bottom back and just do a very small split lunge. So what I've done there, I've tried to make your base a little bit better. So what I'm now looking at is that that back knee doesn't tuck underneath or go out to the side. You need to track it like it's on train tracks. So again from the side, bottom, so important. Okay, if I wasn't sticking my bottom out, that would happen. Okay, look at the knees, you're loading them unnecessarily. 2 more. Other leg for lunges. Turn it round. Got a right sweat on here. I mean, I'm only doing legs with you. Okay, so think about that posture. Don't even go until you think you're ready and set up. Down. Now I know the next question that you're going to say is, well, how low do I need to go for? That question is answered by you. Okay? You decide. If you go lower, it's going to take you longer. You're going to stretch the muscles a little bit more, and the full range of movement will be reached. But again, if you're new to exercise, you might only want to go part range. But remember that back knee is bending. Keep going for me. Let's see who's jumped in. Morning, Hilary. Morning, Megan. Hi, Nikki. Lovely to see you this morning. Let's go. Down and left. I think another 4 will get you a little bit warm and hot under the collar. 1 more. Okay, so bring that back foot in, half a step, almost like a bit of a hesitation lunge. So if I show you, remember the train tracks, sit it down. So you're weighting your back foot. This front knee is just bending, okay? So you've got to now sit up and stand tall. And I want all the weight through the leg that is placed behind you. Another thing to look out for is that you don't stick your bum out to the side. It's got to go all the way back. It's difficult, okay? If everything in life was easy, we'd all be doing it. But if you want the results, you've got to put just a smidge of bit of effort in there. And yes, your legs are going to ache a little bit. Woo! Let's go. Give me 2 more. Woo! Go for that inner thigh. I missed the inner thigh double, didn't I? So 1 foot, we come up, up, in, and down. Now with the inner thigh, as long as you're going past the midline of your body, you know, it's like the good old-fashioned legs, bums and tums classes that we used to teach back in the day. Nothing's changed. Your physiology hasn't changed. We've not got another 2 more arms to deal with. Your body is your body, and you have got to work with what you've got, okay? If you've got a cracking set of pins, work with it. Change legs, okay? Other one forward. Now remember to couple with your toning a little bit of cardio. So a power walk. Walk up some hills. Challenge yourself. A little challenge every day, maybe. I'm going to walk like I normally walk. For 15 minutes in the middle of my walk, I'm going to go a little bit quicker. I'm going to just get that heart rate up a little bit more. So there's your tip of the day. Don't stick in the comfort zone. It's nice and happy in the comfort zone, but does anything grow there? Step yourself out. Let's finish with some squats and really hone that technique, those close squats. I'm sweating here. Okay, let's just go back. Tell me your technique. Shout it to me. What are you doing with your bottom? Yes, sticking it out. What are you doing with your knees? Yes, you're having a gap in the knees. Beautiful. I love it when people take notes. What are you doing with your heels? Oh yeah, you're keeping them on the floor. Very good. 10 out of 10. And what are you doing with your knees? You're keeping them over your toes. Beautiful. Let's do 4 more. Now that's a really good workout there. Dead easy. Okay. Children can do it. That was more than 4. Okay. Your mum can do it. Your gran could do it. Okay. Put a chair, if somebody wants to sit on a chair, and go from your chair, I know that's probably a little bit low, okay, to a standing position. Try and get people out of chairs without even using their hands. Okay, so no pushing, it's all about the power in the legs. The more muscle you have, the more effective you are, the better your metabolic rate will burn, and you'll look amazing. Guys, I'm going to see you tomorrow. What have we got on my score tomorrow? We've got a bit of stretch flex and freestyle yoga. 15 minutes to hit the mind as well as the body. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow.